Alright everyone, welcome back. In this episode here, this kind of just broke out, and man, did I not tell everyone in the previous episodes, if they really want to get you, if they really here's another picture, here's another article, there's another article for it. So anyways, this has a lot of detail. CoinDesk just really has a lot of detail here. They even show the copy of the class action lawsuit here. But didn't I say, if they really want to come and get you, the long arm, the very, very long arm of the law, especially here in America. I mean, in the United States of America, their arms are very long, all right, and they're gonna just go out and get you. And I have to I have to admit, being in Japan is not doesn't mean you're gonna be safe. It just means you're in Japan. That's about it. And you got to remember, Japan is an ally nation, and America has to protect Japan. So, Japan's not going to stop this. Matter of fact, they may even do something too, because if they're going to get something out of whatchamacallit, I'll just say Mount Gox. If they're going to get something out of Mount Gox, I mean, I'm sure they want the Japanese citizens to get first dibs, on any money they're going to wring out from Mount Gox and the owner of Mount Gox. I don't even let me see, what's his name? Mark. Oh, there it is, right here. Mark Karpeles, whatever his name is. So let's go down. You can read all this. Oh, let me just give you the date and the author. Okay. Date and author on this and the time. And this is CoinDesk. And I mean, there's a lot of things in there, and there it is. You actually got the copy of it. And here's the amazing thing. I mean, Mr. Green is basically doing this for himself and anybody else who had a Mt. Gox account in the United States of America. All right. I'm not going to go over the details. I'm just going to show this much, and I've read some of it, and I have to admit, if you are a money service business and something like this happens, you're not gonna walk free. You're not gonna walk very far. I'll tell you that much. But anyways, I'm speculating now. But if he's guilty of any of this fraud, he's not guilty of the theft. All right, so he can claim incompetence or negligence or gross negligence, or someone else can claim that. But the point is that he made a lot of claims on his website, apparently, about how secure, how safe, how fast you can cash out, you can do all these things, and nothing's happening, right? So anyways, there's a lot of things on this. I mean, fraud is fraud. I don't know how they're going to handle this, but it's definitely fraud. And I don't know, maybe he'll only get 5 years, just 5 years of his life just taken away, or maybe even more, 20 years, a fine of maybe up to $1 million in fines, 20 years maximum sentences for maybe this kind of fraud, up to 20 years. I mean, I don't know how things are going to come out, but this is not looking good. And oh, by the way, Mr. Gregory Green, thank you for doing this on behalf of all people who are and all. Let me see. It says behalf of so Mr. Green, individual, and on behalf of all others similarly situated. So if you haven't done anything, you haven't filed any claims yet or anything like that, you should probably contact these people or something and make a claim with them. All right. So I might just do that. So anyways, yeah, like I said, if they really want to get you, if they really want to get you, the very long, very long arm of the law especially here in the United States of America, all right, they're gonna come and get you. They'll find a way, and it looks like somebody has found a way. And I think it's, I mean, it doesn't look good for Mount Gox. Um, Sorry, you know. If he was a bank though, if he was a large bank, he may have gotten just a little fine, like $1 million fine, and you know, maybe a bailout, or maybe no fines and just a lot of bailout. But you know, Bitcoin's not about bailouts. Bitcoin's about, you know, credit, and you have to have the money to operate the Bitcoin exchange. Like me, if I'm an investor, I have to have money to buy Bitcoins. I don't borrow money to buy Bitcoin. So I don't offer, you know, an IOU for Bitcoin. So anyways, just want to talk about it real briefly. I would suggest people to take a look at this, read it, understand it, and it's going to do a lot of things here. First of all, it's not. I don't think it's the end of Bitcoin. It could be a legitimate beginning of Bitcoin. In other words, if someone comes around and steals my Bitcoin, I have a case. I have a real case. All right. So there's something to it. When you trade in Bitcoins and there's money in fiat currency, legal tender transacted. Well, guess what? It's transacted, and if you try to reverse any money on that transaction, if you try to be fraudulent in any way, you're gonna go to jail for fraud, at least, and fined. So people out there who think that Bitcoin's just a video game, just meant to be, traded on a virtual exchange or just inside your computer, you're wrong. All right. Bitcoin has value. Someone paid money and transacted. So there's something going on there. And if you think Bitcoins aren't real, so what's the matter if I frauded someone? Well, you may be true, Bitcoins are not real, but fraud is still fraud. All right. I think if you watch my episodes, you would realize that. Okay. Anyways, so there's that, and so here's what's going to happen, in my opinion, with this going on here. It's a message. It's a message for anybody out there who engages in fraudulent activity with Bitcoin, that if you're caught, you're gonna go to jail. And it may be just a white collar kind of crime, kind of jail, but you're gonna go to jail, and it's gonna stay with you forever. And good luck ever finding a decent job. Good luck ever finding anything, trying to ever do this ever again. So okay, so now that obviously the guy wasn't smart, but that's not, again, stupidity is not a good defense. I'm stupid to run an exchange is not a defense. It's not a very good defense. It's a defense, but it's not a very good defense. So again, he's innocent until proven guilty. But from what I can tell in my own experience with Mt. Gox, yeah. And the other thing I want to know is, what happened to all my information? Okay. What happened to my information that's supposedly private, confidential? What happened to that information? Where'd it go? What happened to it? I'm not so concerned about the money too much. I'm more concerned about, okay, this guy has his computer, and in that computer is stored my personal information. Where the hell is it? I want that thing destroyed or put somewhere else where it will not be compromised. This guy literally has files on all his customers. Now I don't care if law enforcement or whoever, regulator or whatever attorney goes through it. That's fine. I'm completely legitimate, and I have nothing to worry about. I just want to make sure that it doesn't go into the wrong hands. like Target or what happened to Target or something like that. So I think that's really important to me. So I'm glad somebody's stepping in here and trying to put some closure onto Mount Gox. So, and then the conclusion of all this. Okay, so there was apparently there's theft, supposedly. All right. Uh, well, who are we gonna get? The people who stole all the bitcoins? Is there anybody gonna go after the thieves, the cyber terrorist, the financial terrorist? And I think it should be looked into, because what do they do with it? Are they funding terrorism? Are they funding a plot against the United States of America? I think that's more of a bigger question here. Like, who stole the bitcoins? I think that should be really investigated. Um, and I'd like to find out who did it. Could it be an actual government agency, a rogue hacker, the lone wolf? I don't know. A lot of conspiracies going on. But I think there should be some investigation on who stole it, where'd it go, because that's a lot of bitcoins to be gone. And that's a concern. I think that should be a major concern. So, anyways, that concludes this episode. This is so, what life of a Bitcoin trader. You don't need anything else. You just need to trade bitcoins, and look at all this craziness you get in your life. I actually wake up early in the morning just to trade bitcoins and to see what's going on with the whole Bitcoin ecosystem here. It's so it's so fluid, changing, and it's crazy. The world is literally turned upside down. All right. So, anyways, this concludes this episode. Feel free to comment, like, dislike, or even do a video response. Until next time, stay tuned.